I Googled the 10 hardest events in the world. And what came up, number one, was this race called Badwater 135. It's a 135-mile race through Death Valley in the summertime. So 130 degrees, 135 miles, okay? I said, that's what I'm going to do. I figured it had to be a stage race, like a 10-day race, something like that. No, it wasn't. It was a one-day race. And so I called the race director up and said, hey, man, I'm David Goggins. Chris Crossman goes, yeah, that's great. I go, I want to do this race to raise money for a foundation. He goes, have you ever run 100 miles? I said, in one calendar year or what? He goes, yeah, to get in the Badwater, you got to run 100 miles in 24 hours or less to qualify. I said, you can't do 100 miles in 24 hours. I go, that's impossible. It's called a San Diego One Day. You have a 1 mile track. You run around 1 mile track for 24 hours to see how many miles you can get. And I get all my gear. I get a blue lawn chair, Mileplex, and Ritz crackers. That's all I have for a 100-mile race. So I get my little seat set up. I'm going to see her every mile. I give some Mileplex and Ritz cracker. I keep on running. At mile 50, I start to feel the bones in my feet start to break. And this is when I realized that as a human being, through all my 3 hell weeks, my Ranger school, my Air Force training, my childhood, everything I've done in my life, it has been very painful. Very painful. This was the worst pain I've ever experienced in my entire life. I'm making humor of it, but this is what really made me realize that if you can shut all the noise out in your head and just all the crap that people are giving you, and you can focus on the task at hand and what you want to do, you honestly can do anything.
I am vulnerable as hell. People look at me as, oh my gosh, this guy has run 260 miles at one time and done 4,000 pull-ups and went through SEAL training 3 times and Ranger school, and he's done all these amazing things. Yeah. I would love to just live there. Say, yes, this is David Goggins. I'm this great hero. I'm this great legend. I'm this great warrior. I'm a savage. I'm a beast. Yeah. I'd be lying to you. And so when these people see that this guy is human, and he is way human, and he has so much fear, yeah, I almost give people permission, but I had to have the Navy SEAL. I had to have the 4,000 pull-ups. I had to have this great resume to give people permission that you can be a coward. Yeah. You can be afraid. You can have a jacked up past and background. Don't be afraid to show it. We're all messed up. Some people just hide it better than others.
I wasn't physically gifted. I'm not the healthiest person in the world. I'm nothing. But I turned nothing into something. So that's what you gotta understand. You don't have to be some special creature and come from some special people and have a special school. You have to have a special brain. And people always talk about the pull-up record. I had these humongous calluses on my hand from doing all these pull-ups. I did 67,000 pull-ups in preparation to break the record. How do you get mentally strong is you get outside your comfort zone. If you don't want to run, I hate running. I'd rather eat a big old piece of pizza and watch the football game. So I decided to run 205 miles. And how I became mentally tough was having that same mindset every day of my life by doing something that sucks every day and pushing myself to that limit. And that's what happened. Well, first of all, what you guys gotta understand, guys and gals gotta understand, is that I keep it real. I'm not superhuman. I'm definitely not Superman. So when I talk to you all, understand these are the things that I had to tell myself. So, you know, a lot of people come up here and start talking to you and they think they have all the damn answers and shit, and they kind of talk down on people. No. I know exactly what it feels like to be lost, to want to quit every day of your life. And that's kind of what created me. So on my bad days, that's where all this taking souls and shit comes from. But along that path, I found out a lot of shit about who David Goggins really is. And so while I got humbled, I also gained this thing called confidence and belief. And once you gain that, and you know where it comes from, a real place, not like my mom said, oh, I believe in you. No, my belief came from the unseen work. It came from every workout by myself, not having a best friend or a trainer or someone wake me up. No, it was fighting average alone. So on my bad days, I had to imagine a false reality. So for me, for instance, I was 300 pounds. A lot of you guys know my backstory. And a black kid, I was the only 36th African-American Navy SEAL in over 80 years. So think about this though. Think about how I wanted to quit. I was afraid of the water. My favorite meal was chocolate milkshakes with chocolate donuts. I didn't run, and I was afraid of the water, and I was 300 pounds. And I have a pipe dream of going to go be a Navy SEAL. Yeah, exactly. You should be laughing. Oh, he's crazy, he's mean. No. I was a fat boy 2 times in my life. I cheated through school. I was abused. I'm still afraid. I was passionless, purposeless, and everything elseless. And you want to now think I'm a monster, I'm crazy? No. This motherfucker was invented because who I was going nowhere. So now this person who's here today is just a man that everybody can be. Not saying like me, go out and do crazy things, but if you want to make yourself better, you even said it, it's the truth. All you got to do is sit back in a quiet room for several days, maybe months, maybe years, and think about, how do I want to look, feel, live, and be? And then you put down the whiteboard and say, okay, better get to work. Every morning I woke up, and I had less than 3 months to lose 106 pounds to get into the Navy. Every morning I woke up, I wanted to quit. During runs, I quit. During my diet, I quit. During swims, I quit. I quit every single day during this 2.5 month. But in the day, what kept me going was I saw a video of 18 men graduating from Navy SEALs training. And all I thought about was, what if my black ass can be up there on that fucking stage one day, and I can pull off this fucking miracle that no one saw. There wasn't no fucking social media. There wasn't no watch David Goggins lose 106 pounds in 2.5 months. So why don't you like me? I sat back and said, God, a lot of people don't like me. This is crazy. I'm just trying to get you, like, get off the couch, be better. But I know why you don't like me. Because I know why I didn't like myself when I was like you. When you're fat, you're lazy, and you have no ambition, and you're trying to find your purpose, this mythical shit called purpose. But I knew it. I saw it. The whole accountability mirror that I talk about and Can't Hurt Me, every morning I woke up, I had a real conversation with that dirty mirror. And every day, the same answer came back to me. Do you want to be on your deathbed knowing that you could, but you didn't? And so every day I kept saying that. And before I knew it, 2.5 months later, I lost the weight and I was going to Navy SEAL training. There's a bunch of fake prophets out here nowadays. And they're telling all these people how to do it, when to do it, how it looks to do it. And they ain't doing shit. They're just making fucking money. They're going back. They're going to a whiteboard. They're going to a round table of what's going to inspire these people today. When you live that shit in the unseen work every day and you're battling your fucking self, the content just comes. Because you're living in that fucked up world. And how the fuck you get out of that world, you are making that up. You are designing that plan to how the hell I'm gonna get my shoes on today to go run that 10, go run that 20, go to that gym.
And you said failure. Everybody's afraid of failure. It's embarrassing as shit. So how do you think I became successful when I failed every day of my life until I succeeded, which took a long time? The first thing I did was all of you in this room want to be successful as hell. But the journey to success comes with a lot of what? Failure. So why the fuck don't you teach yourself, like I taught myself, is how to fail properly?
So all my content comes from just the dark demon shit. Cause like I said, man, I'm a 300-pound born loser. That's the truth. To make this month, you know how much evil and passion and hate, and people get over, oh my God, he's so, no. When you don't want to do something, man, happiness don't make me want to fucking do it. I have to find some dark shit. That's how I find it, man. I gotta go back to, you want to be 300 pounds again, man? Huh? You want to feel like that again? You want to, kiss people's asses again? No. And for me, all I want to be for people is a spark. After I sparked your life, leave me the fuck alone.
It's not saying be a failure. When I was 300 pounds, people think, oh, you really thought you could be a Navy SEAL? No. I think I was gonna fucking lose the weight. But what it was how I was able to get over all the failure and all the embarrassment of failing was I told myself, you are gonna have to learn how to get up extremely fast because you are gonna have a million setbacks on this journey. And that's how I literally taught myself how to fail first. Because I knew that if I was afraid of failure, I would have never been able to be a Navy SEAL. I would have never been able to get to where I'm at today.
And the commanding officer says, we live in a world where mediocrity is often rewarded. These men detest mediocrity. And I sat there and I had time to reflect back on my life. Being bullied, coming from nothing, learning disability, messed up foundation. Life isn't fair at all. At all. So what are you gonna do about it? I knew that no one was coming back to help me. No one was gonna miracle me to be somebody special. Everybody that called me nigger, my dad, my mom, all my situations were on me now. And solely on me. So I had to start developing an indestructible mental toolbox. So I sat there on that couch and I realized, man, I am a piece of shit. And even though the world helped me get here, my false reality helped me even more.
So I went through and I literally at 300 pounds, or 297 to be exact, I sat back and I visualized how this journey is gonna look. In the first several months was nothing but failure. So how am I gonna get up the next morning when I failed the day before? How am I gonna eat this meal when I failed and I got fries and a milkshake again when I was supposed to get grilled chicken and rice? So I went through and I taught myself how to fail. And when you do that, you're able to get up extremely fast and you no longer care about the end result because you know if I want to be way up here, it's gonna take a bunch of small micro failures along the way. But you have to understand that that is part of the process. When you want to achieve the highest goal of all time, you are gonna have to learn how to get your ass kicked all the way up that damn mountain.
Motivation is crap. Right now, a lot of you right now can be motivated as hell, go out of here and be like, yeah, I'm motivated. Like you said, you're right. Without being driven or obsessed, this motivation fades. And motivation is at the all-time high when your bills are paid, when your wife or husband is good, when everything is good, you're motivated. It's that person when all hell breaks loose and everything falls apart that says, I still got to get it in. And how you get to that point in life, what I figured out, it's so noisy right now. This world is so noisy. We all walk around with these phones, computers. The world is so fast. We're not able to think. The most powerful weapon in the world, we walk around with it. It's our mind, it's our brain.
You have to have that kind of want in your life. If you're fine with waking up every morning and having just enough to go on vacation and come back and you work again, that's good for you. But you're in this room for a fucking reason. And a lot of you in this room will leave this conference and you will go bust your ass. And you'll be motivated as hell because you heard somebody speak and the fire's built up. But guess what happens 4 months from now?
You have to be able to go into a very dark place in your mind and figure who you are. Go back to what you want to do. What's your purpose? We can't figure our purpose out or why we're here or why we're even born or whatever because it's so loud in our mind. We don't have any quiet time with ourselves to sit back and say, what do I really want? There's so many different dialogues in our head that we can't think. So my biggest thing is you have to be alone in a very dark place in your mind to think about what is important to you.
There's a trend in every single job. They have a conference, they're kicking ass, and then it's like, oh fuck, I don't have any more motivation. Man, I was killing it last 4 months. What the fuck happened? This conference took you and elevated you to the next fucking level. But then the real you came out. The real you might be unmotivated, might have no determination, no passion, no drive. On those dark days, you still have to find more. And if you don't want to find more for yourself, look to your left and look to your right. If you got a mom, a dad, a wife, a husband, kids, make sure you may be fine with that little bit of money you have and you're good. Try to make generational fucking wealth.
So embracing the suck, it really is something that you have to tell yourself because we don't want to embrace the suck. You know, not even me. I don't want to embrace the suck, but it comes down to a lot, man. Like, I'm all about trying to be the best leader I can. You know, so through all these things in life, man, to be your best person, you have to find your best self. And to do that, you can't stay in a comfortable world. You have to be not always uncomfortable, but you know, you gotta find a spot that's not so comfortable. So come on, this motherfucker, is it? The more you hurt, the higher we go. Up one more level.
Nice, don't come up. Next step, talk.
It's just a guess fight, right?
So I make sure I do at least one thing every day that sucks. It could be for an hour. It could be for 2 hours. Sometimes it's for 10 hours. But every day I do something to strengthen the mind. We're all looking for this great mythical mental toughness. Mental toughness doesn't come from sitting on the couch. It doesn't come from wishing it would come true. It comes from putting in the work. And you have to start developing your mindset. Mindset is not developed by wishing. Mindset is developed by doing and actually putting into practice. I think that mental health is the most important thing in the world because the mind wants to have control over you. You need to have control over your own mind. So that's all about the mental health. Your mind's going to always guide you in a spot that wants to make you feel comfortable and nice and secure. And it's in those spots that there's no growth. Without friction, there's no growth. So that's what I constantly preach about. You have to get outside that comfort zone to find that every day of your life. Judge yourself against no one but yourself. You're racing against no one but yourself. And when you continuously think that when you compare yourself to other people, you are losing the race. And like this race is you against you, man. So don't get caught up in all this bullshit out here of the social media, and this is where I'm at, and this is what I'm doing, and this is how great I am. Fucking leave all that shit behind, man. Worry about yourself, worry about what you're doing, and worry about where you're going, and only where you're going to be your best self.